Hi homebuyers, it's Trisha Farron from William Ravis, and today I want to talk to you about the importance of picking the right team for your home buying journey. Lately I've been dealing with a lot of buyers coming from New York into Connecticut, and they're bringing their own team, and it's causing delays. And not because they're not working with professionals, but because working with a group of people not familiar with the rules and processes of another state can cause delays. When you're putting your home buying team together, you're basically looking at three players: your realtor, your attorney, and your lender. Sometimes it happens in different orders. It's great that many buyers go and get pre-approved ahead of time, but how are you picking a lender? This is a hugely important component and can cause a lot of stress if it's not done correctly. You want your lender to have great communication skills. They should also have enough resources at their disposal so that reviews and collecting of information doesn't take a long time. I had one buyer that had their one underwriter in Florida and was inundated with all these files to review. So even if there was just one change, it took weeks to get our file to be reviewed again. And sellers, they're not going to be very flexible with extending the deadline over and over and over again without some sign of relief at the end. It's very, very important to find a lender that is familiar working in the state in which you're buying, not necessarily the state in which you're leaving. The attorney is the same. Attorneys get licensed by state. So you might have your own attorney in one state, but if you're buying in another, you want to make sure that they're familiar with the rules and regulations and just the way things go in the new state, and that they're willing to communicate with the lender and the realtor so that the ball keeps moving down the field. Otherwise, there's just so much confusion at the end, and here you think that everything's been going smoothly, and it hasn't been. I stress this because these are experiences I continue to have over and over and over again with buyers coming from New York moving into Connecticut. It has been quite hair-pulling trying to get people to have the same sense of urgency to move things along and not have to extend deadlines. There's a lot of moving parts, and the HGTV makes it seem like it's a piece of cake. You pick a house, you come up with a price, everybody's happy, boom, you close. It doesn't work like that. There are many steps involved, and if you just lose one piece, it's going to break the entire process. Of course, your third piece is your realtor. I hope you pick me, but if you have a realtor that you're already working with, you want to make sure that that person also has great communication skills, is willing and interested to follow up with the other team members to make sure they're doing what they need to do and that nothing's being held up. Many times I'm asked for a document that the attorney should have, and they do have, but they are so inundated with so many other projects that they don't think to even read their email. So I have to go and call or follow up and make sure that they've seen requests from the lender or that the attorney's requests are being met. And we're also dealing with the seller's attorney. So that's another player that we have no control over their level of communication or the speed in which they take care of any kind of request. So it's very, very important that the three components that you're working with work together to make sure that things are moving forward. Of course, there are other members of the team like your insurance agent and your inspector, but those are short-lived and don't have the kind of issues that the other three players have. So I just wanted to remind you that this is a very important component to getting yourself ready for the home buying process. Many times, one of any of those three can recommend other players. You should consider at least interviewing them, because if they're recommending them, they've worked with them before and they know already how to get from point A to point B and wrap up the whole deal. I'm happy to answer any questions that you have. Be sure that you subscribe to my channel, and if you would like to speak to me directly, be sure to call 203-470-8250. I'm here.